Hey everybody, how's it going? Tommy Star here. Thank you for clicking on this video and welcome to my April 2017 Blu-ray update. Absolutely love this figure. Coming in number 5. I'm excited to go ahead and talk to you guys about
TDLV 2015, bringing another video.
over at Best Buy. Well, I hope everybody's doing great and having a great weekend. I know I am. I'm really excited about this update. There is a lot of really cool shit in this update. Not a very big update this time compared to some of my last updates. I think I got like 39 Blu-ray titles and like 3 DVDs. So, but what I do have is some really cool shit. We got a lot of steelbooks. We got a lot of horror and collector sets. And then we got a ton of A to Z with a bunch of new titles. And then, like I said, a couple DVDs. So no DC, Marvel, no Disney, none of that stuff this time. Just mainly A to Z horror and collector sets and steelbooks. So I'm really excited to show you guys what I got. I decided to kind of change up my Blu-ray updates. I used to kind of do them sporadically, kind of like whenever. If I started getting too many, I would just go ahead and throw a Blu-ray update up on YouTube. But now I decided I'm just going to start doing them once a month. So this is my April update. Then we'll do May, June, so on and so forth. So instead of just kind of like, you know, whenever, this way you guys can be a little bit more prepared and expected when to see the Blu-ray updates. So yes, anyways, I'm excited to show you what I got. Like I said, a lot of cool stuff. So let's quit talking about it. Let's go ahead and get into the update. Whoa. Hey, buddy. How's it going? What are you doing down here? Huh? You want to help me with my Blu-ray update, huh? You want to help me with my Blu-ray update? Look at your eyes. You look like a demon dog. What's up, buddy? Say hi to all my subscribers. Say hello. Hello. Okay, so starting with DVDs, just a quick look. Like I said, I only got 3 of them. We got Bunyan and Babe. I picked this up over at Target. Haven't watched it yet. Haven't even opened it, but I really want to soon. But just a movie about Paul Bunyan, voiced by John Goodman. You got Kelsey Grammer, Jeff Foxworthy, Johnny Orlando, Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker himself. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I went to Paul Bunyan Land as a kid. I live here in Minnesota, and Brainerd, which is about 2 hours away. They have this big Paul Bunyan Land up there, and I've been there as a kid, and I thought it was a lot of fun. And just looked like a fun movie, so thought I'd pick it up. Gonna be watching this soon. Next up here, we got Jetsons the movie. I found out that there's a Blu-ray of this, apparently. I didn't know that. That's why I just picked up the DVD. But I love I love the Jetsons as a kid. I watched it all the time, you know, this and Flintstones. And I always wish I mentioned this before, I always wish they would have made a live action movie of the Jetsons like they did the Flintstones. I always thought that would be cool. But I, again, haven't opened up this either, and hopefully will soon, because I remember really liking the movie a lot. So yeah, just, you know, blast from the past for me. I thought I'd pick it up, $5 on DVD. Oh, looks like Jess and the kids are home. Thought I was all by myself, be able to do this with no interruptions, but yeah, they're home. I can hear them all running in through the door. But anyways, we'll keep going here. Just show this my last unboxing video I did yesterday. Don't Hang Up. This is a movie I came out a few weeks ago. I knew Walmart sold it. Checked like 3-4 Walmarts of mine. Couldn't find it in store. So I figured I'd just go ahead and order it off Amazon. But it looks like a cool movie. Just, you know, one of those, like, you know, low budget, straight to video type horror films. But it just looked kind of cool from what I read. If you guys want to see the back here. Whoa. If you guys want to go ahead and try to get that in there so you can go ahead and pause on it. Hopefully you can see that. But it just sounds like a cool horror movie. You know, these kids like prank call people, and then they like end up pranking the wrong person, and he's like after them or something. I don't know. It just Sounds like a cool movie. I just wanted to order it, so I wanted to see it, so had to pick it up. Don't hang up. Okay, so that does it for the DVD pickups. Let's get into the Blu-rays. All right, so getting things started out here with my Steelbooks. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a complete look at all the Star Wars Steelbooks inside and out. If you guys remember my last shopping video, I went ahead and I picked up all these Star Wars Steelbooks. FYE had them on sale for 15 bucks a piece. They were really selling out quick, and I had them hold every one of them for me, and so I was really happy about that. You can tell these are kind of becoming very limited now, almost out of print, I would say, because the prices are going up big time. And FYE kind of put on this last deal on all their Steelbooks, and yeah, they're just flying off the shelf. So I'm really happy that I was able to pick up every one of them. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first one here. Of course, we're going to start with the prequel trilogy, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I already have all these movies. I got the, the Blu-ray saga collection of all these films, but I've been really getting into Steelbooks lately, and I had to pick them up. So I recently watched a complete collection room tour video of Friday the 14th on YouTube. Great guy. His name is Tony. I love his videos. I love his collection. Definitely probably one of my favorites on YouTube. He's into a lot of the same stuff I'm into. He's got one hell of a collection. I'm going to put his link down in the description below. Go check him out Friday the 14th. He's a really great guy. And he's, like I said, has an amazing collection of Disney, Scream Factory, and Steelbooks. And when he was showing his Steelbooks, he had them all in these these protective cases. As you can see, I have this in, and I just thought it looked so nice, and it looks like it really keeps them protected, almost like framing a picture, in my opinion. They just look so nice in these cases, and they keep them protected from scratches and dents and things like that. So I had to pick me up some based on his recommendation. I went online. They weren't that expensive. I think I got like 50 of them for about 30 bucks. So not a bad deal whatsoever. I think I got them off of eBay. But anyway, I put all my Steelbooks in these cases now, and I'm so happy because they just look so nice. So I'm gonna go ahead now and get this out of this case so you can get a better look at the inside. So again, here's a look at the front. We got Darth Maul on the front here. Beautiful picture. All the lettering is embossed. Here's a look at the back. Great picture. I love Darth Maul in the background here. A little Annie, C-3PO, R2-D2, Obi-Wan, Jar Jar, Queen Amidala, Qui-Gon Jinn. I love the spines. And I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, take the discs out, so you guys can see what the inside artwork looks like. Actually, this only has one disc. This won't be complicated. So take that out. And here's a nice shot of Anakin with the Jedi Council. Love it. My favorite thing about Steelbooks is just the artwork that you get on them. But so there's Phantom Menace. All right, so of course Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. We got a just beautiful picture of Yoda on the cover. I just love that look he's given. Of course, they're all embossed, every one of them. So there's the front. There's a great picture on the back. Of course, we got Padme, Anakin, another shot of Obi-Wan. I think is that Mace Windu down there? Yeah, you got Mace on here. Of course, 3PO and R2-D2. I got Yoda right there. Just beautiful. Here's a look at the spine. Just love the colors. Let's go ahead and look on the inside. Of course, we just got one disc in here. I'll take that out. And just a great shot of the clone army. Love it. So beautiful. I won't even watch these either. I only got them for just to collect. Because I got all my other ones that I watched. So I'll keep these in nice condition. So yeah, there's Attack of the Clones. All right, takes us to Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And another great cover here. We got General Grievous on the front here. Take a look at the back. Beautiful shot. I love the like the fight shot between Anakin and Obi-Wan. Of course, we got Lord Sidious right here. Another shot of Obi-Wan, Mace, Yoda, love it, Padme, Anakin, and of course Darth Vader overlooking. I just love it. This is definitely my favorite in the prequel trilogy. A lot of people talk about how they don't really like the prequel trilogy. I mean, I understand how it's a little different from the original Star Wars films, but I really enjoy them. I really like them. 2 is probably my least favorite out of the 3. I still like it a lot, but it's probably my least favorite. You know, favorite to least would probably go 3, 1, 2. But I really like the prequel trilogy. I mean, I probably agree that the original Star Wars, or the original trilogy is definitely better. But I still really like them, a lot. I just love the story of the prequel trilogy. Just Anakin growing up into Darth Vader. I just love it. The inside artwork on this one is just freaking fantastic. Just the fight scene between Anakin and Obi-Wan, with all the lava and everything. It's just gorgeous. Yeah, absolutely love. There we go again. Absolutely love. I freaking love these steelbooks. All right, there's Revenge of the Sith. All right, now we're going to get into the original trilogy, and of course, starting with the very Star Wars movie ever, which back in the day was only called Star Wars. Now, of course, today we know it as Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Another great steelbook, Darth Vader on the cover. Absolutely love it. Oh my God, I said it again. Every time I say absolutely love, yeah, we're just going to keep a count of that and see how many times I do it. But anyways, great steelbook. Let's take a look at the back. I love the back artwork on this one because it's like, it's like the very first original artwork of the VHS probably back in the day. Of course you got Luke and Princess Leia, 3PO and R2-D2, of course Darth Vader in the background. I just love it. It's just amazing. It's kind of cool too. If you look at this is kind of like the artwork that they based National Lampoon's Vacation off of. The original artwork for National Lampoon's Vacation. It reminds me a lot of this, and I'm thinking that they kind of parodied it. In my opinion, I think they did, because it's kind of like the same thing. But I love the back of that. Let's take a look at the inside. Beautiful shot of Luke Skywalker at home in Tatooine. Yeah, just nice. Of course, you got the 2 moons up there, or whatever you want to call it. So, I love the original trilogy. There we go. So, there is A New Hope. All right, next up we got Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. And, got an awesome shot of a stormtrooper on the front there. There's the back shot there. Love it. You got Han Solo and Princess Leia, and I believe that's another shot of Darth Vader in the back. His eye is a little bit darker. 3PO, R2-D2. You even got Chewbacca on this one, and of course Luke Skywalker riding one of those. What do they call those things? When they're in that snow planet. Can't remember what they call those things. Let me know in the comments below. I feel like I'm failing all the Star Wars nerds out there. And I forgot to show the spines in the other ones. I'm sorry. Well, here's the spine of this one. So let's look at the inside of this. What do we got here? Beautiful shot. I remember I had a toy of one of these when I was a kid. But I just love the shot of all these just attacking in that snow world. And what's the name of that planet? Hoth or something, I think. Yeah, I'm sorry, I feel stupid not knowing this stuff. But anyways, inside artwork on this one just as beautiful as the others. So there is Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Alright, so the last one in the original trilogy, Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. And of course we got a great shot of the Emperor on the front, Lord Sidious. Beautiful. Love the colors and the eyes, and there's a shot of the back. Of course, we got a just absolutely gorgeous, sexy shot of Princess Leia. Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. When she was in Jabba's lair. And of course, we get some Jabba. Forgot that dude's name. Jabba's henchman here. We got an Ewok down here. That's awesome. You get oh God, what's his name? Lando Carrithian or something. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at names. Solo, Luke Skywalker, and it's just gorgeous. I just love it. Love the artwork on this stuff. Just so freaking cool. There's the spine. Return of the Jedi is probably my favorite in the entire Star Wars franchise. Alright, and we got the Death Star here. Well, I think this is like considered the new Death Star that they tried making in Part 6. But just a great shot from, like space. It's just so cool. All the fighter jets. Oh, so nice. God, I love Steelbooks. I'm just trying to go crazy with Steelbooks. I just want to collect them like crazy now. Friday the 14th, like I said, is one hell of a Steelbook collection. Go watch his latest collection video. You'll love it. But here we go. Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Okay, next that takes us to, of course, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Great movie. It was really refreshing for being a Star Wars fan, because it was a lot like, the original Star Wars movies, the original trilogy. Just definitely brought Star Wars back to its roots. So good job, Disney. But let's take a look at it. Oh, I didn't even take the case off of this one. All right, let me get it off. All right, so I got the case off here. So here's a great shot of the front. We got Kylo Ren on the front here. And this is embossed too, like all the others. Actually, I think oh, never mind. I thought maybe The Force Awakens was embossed too, but it's not. Here's a shot of the back here. Just an awesome shot of a Stormtrooper. Let's take a look at the spine here. Force Awakens. I wonder if, I'm trying to remember if all the other ones I have actually say the episode on it. No, it doesn't. Okay. I thought maybe they said the episode on the spine. They actually don't say it anywhere on here, except for maybe the discs. I don't know. But anyways, there's the spine. Let's take a look at the inside. All right, so here's a shot of the inside. Of course, you get a couple different discs with this one. This is going to be the movie itself on Blu-ray. Love the artwork too that they put on the discs. The other ones, nothing real special. They just say the episode number, and they're all pretty standard looking. Here's the bonus disc on Blu-ray. And then here's our DVD, which I love the artwork on this one too. You get Rey and BB-8 there. It's awesome. And here's a shot of the inside. Beautiful. I love the sideways shot of the Millennium Falcon. That's awesome. Looks so damn cool. So there you go. I'll go ahead and get the discs back in. All right, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I really like this movie. Like I said before, it was so cool. I'm so excited for The Last Jedi. Should be out this December. I cannot wait to see the movie. Trailer's already out. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It's just a badass trailer. But yeah, there you go. I had to get the Steelbook too. Like I said before, I wish I would have picked up the Steelbook when it first came out. Would have been a lot cheaper, like $20 or something like that. But $25. I ended up paying $33 for it. But oh well. What can you do? It's my fault. Alright, so the very last Steelbook, of course, I had all 7 Star Wars films. I had to get Rogue One Steelbook. Tell you a quick little story about this. I was kind of saving this for this update to tell you guys about this. So, obviously, if you remember my Star Wars shopping video when I picked this up, I went with the, I picked up the standard with the slip, which is a great addition. I'm going to be showing you that here in a little bit. But when I went there, they were all out of the Steelbooks, even though my dumbass probably wouldn't have bought it at the time, because I just, that's how stupid I was. I wasn't buying Steelbooks, and then I ended up paying so much for them later. So I went with the standard with the slip, and then The next day, my buddy Jake, who was in my last shopping video, he texted me and said, dude, you know, there's more Rogue One steelbooks here at Best Buy. And he was at the same Best Buy I went to, and somehow they must have found a couple more and put them on the shelves. And I told him right away, I'm like, dude, please pick it up for me. You know, I'll give you the money. And he grabbed it for me. And I was so happy and thankful that he did that. I couldn't believe I got my hands on this. This steelbook is really nice. Now, considering that I have all the Star Wars films already on Blu-ray, I got the 1 through 6 saga box set, and then I owned The Force Awakens with the standard with the slip, and then of course Rogue One standard with the slip. I wanted to have both, because I have both of every one of them now, and I'll just all the other ones will be the ones that I watch, and then these steelbooks I won't watch them, and I'll just keep them nice and as untouched as possible, just to try to keep the value. But anyways, yeah, so I was really happy that he picked it up for me. So thankful. Kick-ass steelbook. Let's take a look at it here. So here's a shot at the front. We get some embossing on here. I got all the stormtroopers here. Here's a look at the back. And we got the white stormtroopers with the Death Star in the back there. That's just awesome. Here's a shot of the spine. Alright, let's go ahead and open this up. You get a bunch of discs in this one. You get like actually Blu-ray and Blu-ray 3D, which is kind of cool, but at the same time I'll never watch it because I don't have a 3D player. But anyways, alright, let's look at this one first so we can get all these out here. If I can somehow do this with one finger. Or one hand, I should say. Alright, so this is, what is this one? This is the Blu-ray feature film. Okay, so this is the Blu-ray edition. And then right here we get the bonus disc on Blu-ray. This is very hard to do this with one hand. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and just take these out. Hold on. Alright, so love this disc here, the artwork on this one. This is the Blu-ray 3D. Darth Vader there, that's awesome. And then the DVD version. It's another great artwork. Alright, so here's a shot of the inside. Beautiful. We just get the whole crew here. Awesome. Just, I love the characters in Rogue One. The characters are just awesome. So, there you go. Love this steelbook. This is definitely one of my favorites out of all of them. Alright, there you go. Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Absolutely love this. Oh, no, I said it again. Absolutely love it. I really like this movie. This was such a cool idea for a movie, for a Star Wars movie. This, of course, takes place between the events of 3 and 4. Just with the, all the, Rogue One, which is the name of the group that is trying to steal the plans for the Death Star, which, of course, Part 4 picks up where Princess Leia has a Death Star plans to try to keep them from the Empire. So, but yeah, I mean it's kind of a sad movie. It's got a really sad ending. Just you kind of know what's going to happen. But it was just cool. I think this particular story was so important to the Star Wars overall Star Wars story, and it needed to be told in a movie because, like I said, really important stuff here that it was really cool to see on the screen. And I heard that they're going to be doing more of these Star Wars stories, kind of these mid-cool type things. I think one of the next ones that they're talking about doing is a Han Solo Star Wars story where it's going to be more based on him. I don't know if it's going to be like him before the events of Part 4, which would kind of be after this or during this or something. I don't know, but anyways, looking forward to that for sure. Let alone Last Jedi. So there you go. So happy to own all 8 Star Wars films on Blu-ray Steelbook. Alright, so we're going to go ahead now and get into my A to Z titles. First one up here is Patriots Day. This one is directed by Peter Berg from 2016, starring, of course, Mark Wahlberg. Haven't watched this yet. Still sealed. Just definitely one on the to-do list. But this movie looks really cool, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. This, of course, is based off of that Boston Marathon bombing that took place a few years ago, and then it's kind of based around the the manhunt for the terrorists that were responsible for it. But it just looks like a really cool movie. Sweet slipcover on here, and I'm really looking forward to watching. I love movies that are based on true stories, and like I said, everybody said good things about this movie. So, and I love Mark Wahlberg, and he does great in everything he does. So, let me know what you guys think about this movie down in the comments. I definitely will be watching this very soon. All right, next up we got Hop. I ended up buying this right around Easter not too long ago. My son really wanted to pick up this movie, but this is from 2011, directed by Tim Hill. Tim Hill, he did I think he did one of the Garfield movies, Chipmunks movies, Muppets movies. He does a lot of that kind of stuff. This is stars. You got voice work from Russell Brand and Katie Cuoco from Cuoco, if I'm saying that right, from Big Bang Theory. But yeah, I've never seen it. He watched it. Jess's kids watched it. I haven't got a chance to watch this yet, but looks like a fun movie, and it's got some cool voice cast in it. So I'll definitely have to be watching this, at some point. Not anytime soon. I got a lot more to watch. I kind of want to watch before this, but I'll get to this eventually. All right, of course, my standard with the slip edition of Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. I did mention this before, but of course, this came out last year, 2016, directed by Gareth Edwards, who also did the 2014 Godzilla movie, apparently. But I thought he did a great job with this movie, directing it. Felicity Jones and Donnie Yen, Forrest Whitaker. I mean, a really great cast in this movie. I love the slipcover. I mean, that's why I had to own this one in addition to the Steelbooks. I just love the shiny, glossy slipcover with the Death Star in the back. You get all the characters. That's what I love about the standard editions of Star Wars, is just their covers are just so badass. They got they always put all the characters on the covers. Same thing underneath there. But anyways, I already talked about the movie, but like I said, I just absolutely love the movie. And I'm so happy that I have both of these editions. So, all right, next up we got ourselves another Adam Sandler movie, Wedding Singer, from 1998, directed by Frank Caracci. This, of course, like I said, stars Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, another movie that they did together. I think this was before 50 First Dates, if I remember right. But this is a fun movie, definitely one of the best Adam Sandler films. He's really funny in it. And I just needed it for the collection, trying to get all the Adam Sandler movies, as you guys know. This was definitely a fun one. And I got it used at FYE, so it wasn't that much. So, yeah, happy to have The Wedding Singer. All right, next up we got Rise of the Guardians from 2012, directed by Peter Ramsey. Peter Ramsey is actually going to be directing that untitled animated Spider-Man film. Well, he's going to co-direct it. It's coming out, supposed to be coming out next year, but it's going to be a theater release Spider-Man animated film. So I'm I'm really excited for that. But this movie was really good. This movie was probably one of the best animated films of late. You get voice acting in here from Chris Pine, Alec Baldwin, Hugh Jackman. Just a really good cast in here, voice cast. Love the slip on here. Yeah, like I said, this was a really fun movie. It's based around all the the fictional characters of he plays Jack Frost. You get Santa. I think this is the Tooth Fairy, Easter Bunny, and then they all kind of have to battle against Pitch Black, which is the boogeyman. But it's just a really, really good movie. It was really well done. The animation was really good, and I haven't even watched this yet. I mean, I owned it on DVD, and I thought the animation was awesome. I'm really excited to see what it looks like on Blu-ray. But like I said, if you guys haven't seen this movie, it's really cool, a really unique idea for a movie. I haven't seen it in a while, probably since around the time it came out, and I know my son really liked it too. So yeah, definitely check this movie out, you guys, if you haven't seen it. All right, so that takes us to Cool Runnings from 1993, directed by John Turteltaub. This, of course, stars Leon and John Candy, the late, great John Candy. So happy you guys that I have this on Blu-ray. I know I've said this before. I did an unboxing of this, so you guys know the whole deal. My buddy Dr. Movie 91. got me this through the Disney Movie Club. This is exclusive to the Disney Movie Club. You cannot find it in stores or anywhere else. So happy to own this, you guys. I've already watched it on Blu-ray. It looks fantastic. Excellent transfer in here. I paid a pretty good chunk for this. I think it was like $25 plus shipping, but totally worth it to me because this was definitely a top favorite movie of mine that I wanted to get a Blu-ray release. I'm so happy it finally came to Blu-ray. But this is so cool. It's a Disney title, it even says there, Disney Movie Club. If you guys haven't seen it, I mean, just long story short, it's just based on the Jamaican bobsled team from back in the 80s. Leon plays the lead character of Dries Bannock, who was a track runner. And when he went to qualify for the Olympics, this guy here in the middle, both of these guys here were part of the finals for the Jamaican track team to go to the Olympics. They were all competing together, and then he ended up tripping, and they ended up tripping them both. So Dries Bannock kind of got cheated out of the chance to be in the Olympics. Something that he looked forward to his whole life. His dad was in the Olympics. His dad had died, but his dad was in the Olympics too, and he was trying to follow in his dad's footsteps, and kind of got cheated out of the opportunity because was tripped by him. And then, of course, Doug plays his buddy Sanka in this movie. But they all join up. When he finds out that after he gets cheated and can't make it to the Olympics for another 5 years, he's talking to like the director of the whole Olympic Games thing in Jamaica, and he finds out that his dad used to be friends with John Candy. John Candy was a Olympic bobsledder back in the day, and he tried talking his dad into becoming a bobsledder because he thought it'd be a good idea to use sprinters to push the bobsled itself, and he thought it'd be a good idea, but never got that chance to do it. And then, so he decides to go find him and convince him to coach the first Jamaican bobsled team. So it's just a lot of fun. Definitely watch this movie, you guys haven't seen it. I mean, it's been around for a long time, so I'm sure a lot of you have seen it before, but it's just so much fun, and was so cool to watch on Blu-ray. So again, thank you, Dr. Movie 91, for getting this movie for me. I really appreciate it. His link, of course, will be down in the description. If you are not subbed to Dr. Movie 91, go sub to him now. All right, next up, we have a new title that I actually watched. Can you believe it? Yes, I watched this movie. Why Him? From 2016, last year, directed by John Hamburg. Of course, stars James Franco and Bryan Cranston. I just watched this the other night, actually, with my parents. Such a funny movie. Oh, I loved it. It was just like a different type of movie. It was just so good. James Franco is such a good actor. I think he's a pretty underrated actor. I don't think people realize how good of an actor he is, but it's just so good. I mean, in a way, it's kind of got to feel... it's almost kind of like a Meet the Parents type thing, but not exactly. Like, because, Ben Stiller wasn't like a weird, crazy type character, like James Franco is in this one. But it's just kind of like one of those deals. He just wants to win over the blessing of his girlfriend's dad, so he can marry her. And he flies out to meet. His daughter lives in a different state, and him, his wife, and his other son fly out to meet up with his daughter and meet his daughter's new boyfriend. And he's actually like a really well-off guy. He's got like a super fancy house and everything, but he's just kind of like a goofball, like crazy dude that just swears all the time, and of course has all the tattoos, but he's really warm-hearted, and he's just a really nice guy, and he just tries to win over the blessing of his girlfriend's dad. And of course Bryan Cranston plays the dad and is not liking the new idea of this dude in his daughter's life. But it's so funny, all the crazy stuff that takes place in this movie. Just a lot of like really over-the-top comedy scenes in it. It was just a lot of fun, you guys. And it's got a really good ending. You get Cedric the Entertainer in here. It's got like a really good cast. But I will highly recommend this movie. One of the best comedies I've seen in a while. And it's just, it's one of those comedies that have like a seriousness to it as well. I mean, it's slapstick comedy and over-the-top comedy, but it also has some seriousness to it. And that's what I liked about it. My mom and dad loved it. But yeah, check it out, you guys. It's really good. I actually got this for a birthday gift from Jess's mom. So definitely, thank you to her for getting me this. But I'm so happy I chose to watch this because it was so good. I definitely want to watch it again. All right, next we got A League of Their Own from 1992, directed by Penny Marshall, of course starring Tom Hanks, Gina Davis, and Madonna. This was kind of like a surprise pickup at Walmart. I still don't know if this is like a newer release to Blu-ray or not, but I'd never seen it at Walmart before. It's definitely new to Walmart, I know that. But yeah, this was a great movie. I haven't opened it yet or watched it yet, but it's been a long time since I've seen this movie, but I really remember liking it a lot. Just a fun baseball movie. And I'm happy to come across this, at Walmart. I just wasn't expecting to see it. And it wasn't that much. I think it was like $8 or something. But yeah, if you guys want this movie, go check out Walmart. Your local Walmart, they might have it. But a fun movie, a really good cast. Tom Hanks is definitely at his best, in this movie, as he is in anything he does. So, yeah, happy to finally have A League of Their Own on Blu-ray. I didn't even own this on DVD. So, all right, next up we got The Legend of Tarzan. This came out last year, 2016, directed by David Yates. He actually did the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and then like the Harry Potter 5 through 8. So he's the director of those movies. And this stars Alexander Skarsgård, who is the brother of Bill Skarsgård, who is playing the brand new Pennywise in the new It movie coming out in September. So this is him here, the brother of It. Also stars Margot Robbie, of course Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad, and of course Samuel L. Jackson. Of course, he's in every movie. This was a recommendation from my buddy Jake when we were out at Best Buy. I almost bought this when it first came out. Jess kind of wanted it, but I kind of held off, and I'm glad I did because I got this for a pretty decent deal over at Best Buy. I think it was about $12. It's got a cool slipcover on there. Haven't watched it yet. Haven't opened it, but he said it was really good. Kind of a different take on the Tarzan story. So I'm excited to watch it. It's funny when you look at him, he kind of resembles Bill Skarsgård. Like he almost looks like Pennywise there, doesn't he? So anyways, thanks to my buddy Jake. He said it was a great movie, so we're definitely going to watch this soon. All right, next up we have A Monster Calls, another newer movie that came out last year, 2016. This one is directed by J.A. Bayona, stars Sigourney Weaver, Felicity Jones from Rogue One, who played the main character in Rogue One, and then Liam Neeson, who voices the monster. Jake, my buddy Jake, says it's a really good movie, really sad, but it's basically, and I'll show you the back if you guys want to pause on that. It's supposed to be about a boy that his mother gets sick, so they move in with their with his grandmother, played by Sigourney Weaver, who is apparently not the nicest person in the world. And so he's just kind of dealing with things, and he ends up drawing up this monster. Apparently he draws. He's kind of like an artist, and he draws up this monster who basically becomes real, and is trying to kind of help guide him through difficult times in his life. But it looks really cool, and like everybody says, it's supposed to be a really sad movie. But it just looks kind of cool, kind of different. I think this movie looks a little bit more up Jess's alley. She loves these kind of movies. But I'm looking forward to seeing it too. I haven't watched it yet. Yes, Jake, I haven't watched it yet. But cut me some slack, dude. At least I bought it. But yeah, so it looks kind of cool. I'm excited to see it, at some point when I get around to it. But yeah, A Monster Calls. All right, getting down to the end here of my A to Z titles. We got Backdraft from 1991. Really great Ron Howard film, starring Kurt Russell, William Baldwin, Robert De Niro. I mentioned this before. I kind of came across this in Walmart's dump, and I had seen in other people's videos that this was in the Walmart dump bin, but I never seen it. And I was at Walmart one day, and I just kind of walked up to the dump bin just to kind of, you know, look through like I usually do, and it was like right at the top there. And I'm like, oh my God, I grabbed it. You know, I'm so happy. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie. I didn't even own it on DVD, but I've seen it like twice. It's a really good movie, you guys. One of the best like firefighter movies out there. Land of 49 is a pretty close second, but this movie is definitely the best. Really great movie, really well done. You know, Ron Howard is just the shit. You know, he's so good at making good movies. But an all-star cast in here. Donald Sutherland, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Rebecca De Mornay. If you guys want to read the synopsis there, but it's a really good movie. It's really sad, got a really sad ending, but a pretty powerful movie. Really good drama. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Like I said, I'm looking forward to watching it on Blu-ray. You know, it's definitely in the to-do list, which is like 100 movies or something. I don't know. But I'm so happy to finally own this on Blu-ray. I will be watching this at some point. All right, next up we have The Founder. This movie came out this year, 2017, directed by John Lee Hancock, and of course stars Michael Keaton, who plays Ray Kroc. It also stars Nick Offerman and John Carroll Lynch, who played the McDonald's brothers, Mac and Dick. This movie I actually watched, another new movie that I watched. This movie looked really interesting. I really wanted to see it since the day I seen the trailer. It was really good. I love movies based on true stories, as you know, and I definitely wanted to see this. So Jess and I watched it the other night. Really good movie. A pretty bizarre movie. Michael Keaton, of course, plays Ray Kroc, who's the man responsible for making McDonald's what it is today. He was just kind of like some crappy salesman who went around selling different things, wasn't that good. And he starts out in the beginning of the movie trying to sell milkshake machines, and he's not doing a very good job, but he ends up selling like a couple of them to this restaurant, this little restaurant out in San Bernardino, if I'm saying that right, San Bernardino, California. Shows how much of a northerner I am. But anyways, so he ends up selling a couple of them to this little restaurant called McDonald's out in California, and he decides to actually drive out to California to deliver the machines and see the place, and he's just blown away when he sees what type of place it is, what type of restaurant it is. He goes up to when he goes to these restaurants, he'll order the food there. Just kind of, check out the place and things like that. And so he goes to McDonald's and he orders a burger and a fry. And he pays for it, and then right away they give it to him. And he's kind of like confused. He's like, well, no, I just ordered my food. He's like, how could it be ready? He's like, oh, it's ready, sir. And they hand it to him. He's just like blown away about how fast their service is. So he starts getting a little bit curious, and he's kind of looking around, and he gets invited, inside by the McDonald's brothers to kind of, take the little tour of the place. And they start explaining their whole method to them, their, fast food method, how quick they make everything. And Michael Keaton is like really intrigued by it. And he just, after looking at the whole place, he decides, he's like, oh my God, this place is just revolutionary. And he tries to, he talks to the McDonald's brothers and he's like, you guys got to franchise this place. And, at first, they kind of explain the story to them, how they created this thing. And they tell him how they tried franchising it before and it didn't work out. And then so he decides to help them do it. And he basically starts making McDonald's really big. He's franchising it, and a bunch of other owners are picking it up and making McDonald's all over, the country. And then, he just basically, the long story short is just, it's kind of crazy how he basically just takes over, McDonald's, and just basically steals it from the McDonald's brothers. And it's kind of crazy. It's like throughout the movie, you don't really know whether to like this guy or hate this guy. It's kind of weird, it's kind of funny, but it's really interesting how he did it, on his own. How he just made this little tiny restaurant just explode into the biggest corporation restaurant in the world today, all 50 states and like a bunch of countries. So yeah, pretty crazy. And definitely a really good movie, really interesting, done very well. I highly recommend watching this movie, you guys. If you're a fan of like movies based on true events, you'll really like it. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, I wouldn't say it was just the greatest movie in the world, but it was definitely good. I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely want to watch it again too, because I end up getting more out of the movie the second time around. But yeah, so there you go, The Founder. Check this movie out, you guys. It was good. All right, my last A to Z title, Fireproof, from 2008, directed by Alex Kendrick, and of course starring Kirk Cameron. If you guys remember this, when me and my brother, me and my sister and my brother-in-law did our top 3 favorite movie marathon, this was one of my sister's top favorites. I think this was like her second favorite movie or something like that. But it was actually a really cool movie. I was pretty surprised that I found this on Blu-ray, because after we watched it, I think it was a couple weeks later, I ended up coming across this on DVD at like a pawn shop, and so I bought it, for like $1. I didn't even know that this was on Blu-ray. I came across this at Half Price Books, and I was like sweet. I definitely picked it up. $7.99, but definitely worth it to me. This was actually a really good movie. My sister said it was good, and she was right. We watched it that day, and basically it's a Christian-based movie, and basically Kirk Cameron is a firefighter, and him and his wife are kind of having trouble, with their marriage. The things aren't going the greatest, and they basically are talking about like getting a divorce. And Kirk Cameron's dad, I don't know if he's back here. I don't think he is. He basically comes in and tells him about this thing, this program type thing called the Love Dare, and he convinces his son into following the steps. It's supposed to be like a 30-day step thing to help with marriages that are having trouble, and he gets his son to agree to do the Love Dare. And at first he's having a lot of trouble with it. He wants to quit it and give up. It's not working. But his dad says, just do this for me. Just see it all the way through, and I promise things will be better. And it's just basically like little things that he's got to do each day for 30 days to try to better his marriage. And it's just a really good movie. Really enjoyable. Kind of a touching movie for sure. Probably in the chick flick category, but I enjoyed it a lot. Thanks to my sister for recommending it and bringing it over to watch that day. But I really liked it. Kirk Cameron, of course, was from Growing Pains, that TV show back in the 80s or 90s. But yeah, it was a really good movie. I really liked it, and I'm excited to watch it again on Blu-ray. So